Yo, what's up? What's the deal, Ryan? What's the deal, man? Just gonna let everybody catch up, get up on here, let the numbers build up. You know, we in here. We in here. YMC, Young Man's Conversation. We in here, man. We in here. It's been a little hectic day. You know, we're not gonna get too, big on, one subject and go real deep into it. We're just gonna, just chop it up, man. Just gonna chop it up. Let the numbers build up. You know, got give me 1 second, real quick. Where we at with it? Yo, what's going on, though, man? At YMC Young Man's Conversation, man. You know, once I start doing these live videos, definitely gonna, have the subjects, locked in before, I even go live. Giving you guys posts days ahead, so you guys be prepared wherever you are. So we can all be on the same page. We all can come together at one time and just build up. The whole thing for this channel was for that purpose, because we can't get close to our boys, and yeah, that part there, man, just get a feel for it, definitely, man. And we can't get close to some of our boys that we grew up with, and always criticizing us, talking behind our backs, or even talking to you in your face, about something that you're passionate about. And that's what's fucked up nowadays, man. We got guys who do that we look up to, that we give our hearts and soul to. But fortunately, we got a channel that we can, go to and be able to discuss, things like semen retention. It's a problem, man. It really is a problem. I got boys that be chasing women all day. They chase skirts all day. Chase skirts all day. And when I wake up in the morning, they're hurting. They're hurting bad. I mean, we all experience that. It's trying to move on and level up. And it's nothing wrong with chasing skirts. It's just the fact that, how you feel afterwards. It's the aftermath. That's where the problem is at. When you got, this girl laying next to you got no emotions for her. Your day was good, man. You got no feelings for her, no emotions for her. You don't even really know her like that. But you don't get her a whole night's worth of you. You don't give her the power that makes you you, that allows you to grow and level up to that dude you want to be. And when we learn to either one, give it to who deserves it, that woman who really deserves it, or two, we keep it in our system, man. It's a big power. It's a big power. But that's just one thing, man. Semen retention is one aspect of, young man's conversation. But, whatever y'all want to talk about, that's why I'm here. That's what this live feed is about. I talk about whatever I talk about all day, man. Whatever's on your mind, man. Man, hit me right now. Let's do it. We can go from 7 to 8. And, after that, I got to get back to studying. I got this tour coming up out in Santa Ana, San Diego, Arizona and stuff. I got other ventures, that I'll be focusing on. So whatever on you guys' mind, by all means, please, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Could be anything too, man. You know, you ain't got to be shy about it. You ain't got to be shy about it. Whatever's on your mind, whatever you're going through right now at this moment. You know, it could be work. You know, it could be trying to find the right music to listen to. You know, it could be, you know, family and how for some odd reason you can't connect with them. You know, and depending on your way of life, it could be, you know, like for example, when it comes to the biblical text, you know, family, you know, according to the Savior, it ain't by flesh but by spirit. So if you got people you connect with that's outside of your family circle, like your bloodline family, then you got another family that you can rock with. All right, let me see what's going on, man. Man, Super Power, yo, what's up, man? I didn't even see that right there. Mad peace to you. Okay, here we go. Because this has been bothering me for a long time. And one of the primary reasons I stay away from women. I'm constantly worried about losing my edge and that warrior spirit. Do you that ultimately getting comfortable with women makes you weak, even if it's the right one? All right, man. First and foremost, yo, appreciate you dropping that comment, man. All right, real quick, Boss Tycoon, give me 1 second, man. I have to get that rhyme real quick. So, Ryan, it's nothing wrong with getting comfortable with the woman. You can get comfortable with it. But don't get comfortable to the point to where, you know, you stop being who you are. You stop being you. You know, you start being more gentle. I mean, if you're not a gentle kind of guy, then, you know, you're not being yourself. You want to be yourself no matter what. That's why she's with you in the first place. She's not with you for you to change and to cater to all of her needs, you know, and to be super emotional with her. She got with you for you being who you are. You should always stay in tune with that spiritual warrior. You know, it's just when you start like, oh, you know, I want to hurt her feelings. And you don't want to hurt her feelings, but at the same time, you don't want to hurt your feelings either. You don't want to lose yourself. That's the whole thing. You don't want to lose who you are. So when you wake up in the morning, you got to always ask yourself, am I still Ryan? You know, am I still me? When I walk down the street, is it still me? You know, when she sees me, is it still me? You know, that she's looking at, that she fell for, or that she got comfortable with. Because if it's not, then you need to pull back. You know, because you're not being who you truly are to yourself anymore. You know, and you need to change that, man. You can't cater to others. You can't. You know, they take advantage of that. You know, they take advantage of it. You know, there's some people who appreciate and they'll show their gratitude to you really catering to every single one of their needs. But the percentage is so low. And even then, they get so used to it that they feel like they're entitled to it. Every single situation that they get in with you, they feel like they're entitled to you catering to their needs and saying, you know, fuck how you feel. Because you always put them first. You can't always put them first. You put them first in the sense to where you make sure that, you know, you do what is required for them to be able to be, you know, comfortable, you know, for them, so that they get to have that experience that they desire when they're with you. You know, you cater to that. You make sure that they get you. You know, they get who you are, who you're supposed to be. You know, you give them that greatness that's been bestowed upon you since birth. You know, so yeah, it's okay to get comfortable, but it's not okay when you start to change who you are. That is when shit goes downhill, and then, you know, you got this battle you got to fight, and, you know, it's a long battle to get back to your true self. You know, but yeah, definitely, man, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I hope you got what you needed to get from that. You know, Boss Tycoon 1424. You know, yeah. Go ahead and shoot it. Let me tell me what you're talking about. Let me hear what you're talking about. I'll give you my perspective from me. You know, I speak for my own self. I'm a man. Stand on my own too. So whatever's on your mind, by all means, please do so. Let me see what's going on. And anybody else got any questions, go ahead and type them out. We're going to get to it tonight. We're going to get straight to it, And another thing too, you gotta ask yourself questions. You need to write out questions. The things that you just don't get. You don't know. Why you're doing what you've been doing. And how come you're not getting the results that you've been looking for? Because if you just walk in a circle, I'm telling you right now, by the time you're 40 years old, you're going to be pissed off. By the time you wake up and you're with that woman you don't want to be with, you're going to be pissed off. You got that job that you know you don't love it. You know you don't like working at. Come on, man. Let's go. All right, Boss Tycoon, let me see what's going on. See what she said. So I tend to think and operate like a man when it comes to relationships, right? I keep them at arm's length in order to protect myself. All right. Is there anything else after that? I can respond to that, but the question is, why are you trying to protect yourself? Because if you're trying to protect yourself, it's because you don't trust yourself to pick the right guy. Don't want to look like a fool again, but I feel like this is hindering my ability to find my king. Yeah, I respect that. Now, let me go ahead and say this. You can't, if you are keeping guys at arm's length, every guy you pick, he's at arm's length, you're picking the wrong guys. You don't trust yourself to pick the right guy. You don't trust us. See, that's the thing, though. There's a lot of guys out there in the world. There's millions upon millions of guys. You don't have to trust. You can say that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you pick the guys you chose to be with. And based on everything that you knew then, which was the reason why you picked them. So if they weren't the right guy, you have to ask yourself, who influenced me to pick this type of guy to be with? And if you're picking a guy based on how he looks, you're not really getting that guy. Because it's about what's inside of him that makes him who he is. It's always been inside. And if you look logically, if you put your emotions to the side, and we know females are more emotional than men, they use your emotions more than men, but if you put your emotions to the side and logically just pay attention to what he's doing, how he's acting, what he's saying, who he's hanging out with, his treatment towards you. If you pay attention to all those things, you won't be able to be fooled no more. You're going to be like, oh yeah, you're not the guy. You're not the guy. You won't have to put the stiff arm out no more because you see this dude from a mile away. And even for the guys who's watching this channel right now, that's the reality. That's what is happening right now. They're getting something that they're not being presented. So if you're a guy and you like, damn, every time I try to get with this girl, they always shake me, then you gotta ask yourself, why am I picking this kind of woman? Or am I being who I think I am? Because you might not be. You might not be. Let me get back. To this. There we go. Most of them pretend, but most of them pretend to be something that they aren't, and I don't find out until their wives are knocking at my door. I just don't understand why some can't just be honest. I'm an adult. Keep it real and let me know what position I'm playing so I can play it fully. But listen, YMC on this conversation. That's TMC, what's the deal, man? Yo, Miz, what's the deal? Those keep it real. So here's the thing too. You gotta, cause it's tricky out there nowadays. It's real tricky now. It's real tricky nowadays. A lot of guys, even the women, we don't know who you guys are. You guys come out and talking about you got this, you got that. You post these photos and everything, and next thing you know, you got like 10 babies. You got 5 dudes on the side, buying you whatever you want, and then you got me over here telling me I'm the one for you. So the game is real tricky now. It really is. So you have to go for the long run. So if you always trying to get with somebody and within the first couple of weeks or a couple of months and you think they're the one, you're fooling yourself. You're going to have to really go the distance. Nowadays, you got to go the distance till they tire themselves out. Till they tire themselves out. So you got to hold your emotions for a little bit longer back. You know, and you got to really just deal with that person for who they are, because actions really speak louder than words. And it's a game nowadays. So the text messaging, you know, the things that you ask for this person to do for you. You know, if you're only asking this person to buy you things and don't expect for this person to be giving you his heart. But if you're asking this person to spend quality time, you know, opening up, getting to know them, you know, you got to ask those deep questions that go all the way back to that person's childhood. You know, you don't want to ask questions that might get you a gift. You know, if you're looking for the one, you don't want to ask questions that's going to, you know, cause this person to, you know, bring you around the whole crew. Nah, you want to ask those questions that's going to want to keep him from bringing you around anybody. You want those questions, you want to ask this guy the questions that is going to cause him to want to always have you with him at all times. So now you got to change the way you question. You know, you got to hear a different part of this guy, different part of this man. You know, but once again, you got to go back and see all the people that you done been with, all the types. And then you got to say, okay, this and this happened. I'm aware of that. I picked that type and this type because all my girls like that type. You got to move that to the side. You know, you got to really find out what your type is. You know, find what your type is, who your type is. Everybody, just because everybody look like a man don't make him a man. And everybody that's a woman doesn't make him a woman. You know, you could be a woman, but you're a girl in a woman's body. And that's what this channel is about too. It's about leveling up. You know, from being a little boy to a young man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. It really is crazy though. Because we know a lot of people who's going through this right now. We know a lot of people who's going through the bad relationships, picking the wrong person out. Your main purpose right now is to be focusing on your purpose anyways. Regardless to how old you are right now. If you ain't got the one right now, don't even look. Don't even look for them. Look for yourself. Focus on your path, your purpose. They're going to come and you're going to run into them. Don't be forcing it. You know, don't be forcing it, because when you force it and it doesn't need to be there, it's going to be a problem. And if you try to resist and not let this person leave, when they should be gone, you let them stay, you're going to hurt yourself. You know, let it happen naturally. Let it happen naturally. You know, without losing that edge. Going from a hard lifestyle to now, some gratification without getting obsessed with it. Hope that makes sense. Without losing that edge. Going from a hard lifestyle to now, some gratification without getting obsessed with it. To a degree, it makes sense. You know, you the top portion. Let's see. Yeah, I'm. Well, the top portion is I missed it. Yeah, well, the top portion is I missed it, but you know, you don't want to worry about instant gratification, man. You know, you don't already have that. You know, that quick bust, and it was over after that. You know, then you go on to the next. You know, but what if you just marinate it? Once you just let the seed just take its time and let it grow. If you just allow yourself to get connected to, you know, the woman, and little by little allow yourself to intertwine, you know, and then, you know, go for the sex, you know, and even at that, try not to release that seminal power, man. Try not to release that, because you really want to be with a woman, and you're tired of those old results. You gotta be able to be strong enough you know, to not do the thing that's gonna cause you to drift off. You know, think about it. Like when you mess with a woman, you know, you got a female or a girl, whatever, you know, and you go out and you guys don't have sex. Like you're still like, damn, I gotta hit that. I gotta get that. I have to. I gotta take her out again. I gotta buy her a drink or two. You're still on the chase. You're still on the hunt. You know, you're still interested. But once you bust that nut, it's something about when you bust or when you release that semen. There's something about that, man, that causes you to lose that divine connection. You know, that's why they was always try to make you wait to, you know, engage in sex back in those ancient times, because it allows you to get to know the person, get to know who you're dealing with, you know, who they truly are. And then by that time, you will know, like, this is the person you're going to build a love for the rest of your life or not. But if you're just having sex, plowing through, and you're not even focusing on that person's identity, you know, then you're going to be disappointed later on down the line, either with them or with yourself. You know, you lose the edge when you release your semen. That's when you start losing your edge. It's not, sex is one thing. Having orgasms is one thing. Ejaculating is completely different. It's completely different. Yeah, that's when you're releasing. That's when it's out of your system. And all that testosterone, you know, the zinc, you know, all those other minerals that's in your body that help you grow, when that's gone, you're gone. You kill a little of yourself off. All those sperm cells that could have been human beings, could have been kids, twins, triplets, whatever it is, you dead. You just killed those off. Any opportunity right there, you just killed those off. All the experience you had with that semen, with this woman, you just killed that off. Interest just went down the drain, man. Just went down the drain. But you needed more important than anything is study yourself. You know, what is the edge? What gives you the edge? You know, if it's being with a lot of women, that's not really having the edge. It's not. That's all that is. You have that. What gives you the edge is when you're stacking your check, man. You become more financially stable. You know, you're in the gym working out, you know, and your body's getting right, or you're eating more healthier. You know, you become more knowledgeable of the subject, so that your subject range is so, you know, expanded so far that anything that she wants to talk about, you can talk to her about that. And it's not even about her it's about even with your boys. They can always come to you. That's the edge. When you make yourself more than anyone can ever make, when you make yourself more than you've ever been before. And it starts inside though. You gotta find a subject that you're interested in right now. And you start building on that. You start reading books on it, watch videos on it, recite it to yourself, visualize it, you know? And if there's a field that you're in, then that will show in your work. And they're gonna be like, damn, how do you always be exceeding past expectations? It's because you're putting in that work that no one wants to put in. You know, I keep books on the desk all day, man. You know, how to own your own mind by Napoleon Hill. There's different mental faculties. There's different ways that your brain is operating. There's so many things that are happening at one time that you need to be aware of. All right, what's going on, man? King G, what's up, man? What's the deal, man? Appreciate you being on the live chat. Hey, bro, what you think about Christians thinking that visualization and law of attraction is evil? It's crazy, man. Appreciate that question. And it's crazy because visualization is what you do when you're praying to God. You know, you're praying that you pray to God about, you know, I want a better life. I want a better job. You know, I want to get out this situation. Like, you're doing that anyway. So I ain't gonna call them all hypocrites, but it's a little hypocrisy right there, man. I'm just gonna talk about the action. That's the action, and then you don't even know you're doing it. Like the law of attraction. That's before those words even put together. That was a process that already exists. It already existed. It's exactly, that's what I tell people, but they say that's the devil. And what's the difference between meditating and prayer? For one, the devil only works in the outer mind. And depending on your way of life, there might not be such thing as a devil either. So it depends on who you're dealing with, And until, depending on what you're meditating about, what you're praying about, is going to determine if it's for the good or if it's for the bad. For the good or for the bad. In the law of attraction, they say do good works and you get good things. You ask, you shall receive. That's the law of attraction right there. That's the law of, and you can show them this live footage, man. It's the action. Take away the terminologies, take away the doctrines or the dogmas or whatever it is. That's what it is. That's the process. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. I just thought I read something else. What did you say? Oh yeah, and what's the difference between meditating and prayer? When you meditating. See this, I'm about to get a little deep, man, because this is what we do. This is what we do. I appreciate y'all dropping through, King. Appreciate dropping through with that too, King G. So when it comes to meditating, you're stilling your mind, like you're stilling your thoughts. Like nothing's moving. Any thought you have, any sound, you're putting that to a cease. And it takes time to learn how to do that because you're not using your hands. Everything is in here. So once you pause your thoughts, it's like everything is in slow motion now. Some things you don't even hear or see no more. But now you're able to draw forth something and lock in on it. It could be, I want to focus more on, my future, as far as how can I be a great man. So all those thoughts that have nothing to do with that are already, they're still, they're frozen. And then you got that one thing that you could focus on, or you just want to be at a state of peace. You don't want to hear nothing. You don't want to see nothing. You don't want to deal with nothing. That's what the meditation plays a role in for you, to get just in tune with your inner self. It's just your energy. It's the soul. It's just you. There's nothing else, And then they have other techniques and mantras and chants you could do after that. But the meditating is for you to still your mind and be in tune with yourself and be at that peace. Praying, it's hard to say, but that still kind of falls back into the law of attraction. You're asking for something. Whether good, bad, or ugly, you're asking for something. Some people will beg God or beg the universe that, it says that in the Bible, man. Like if you're dealing with someone who practices whatever religion, and they're saying things like this, like you gotta like, that's when you have to become knowledgeable of their way of life, so you can speak to them, and say, listen, this is what your book says. I didn't write that book, but this is what the book says. And this book says the same thing. And then this guy over here who's in physics is saying the same thing in different ways. But they feel like but if you can't break it down to them, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's the devil, it's wicked. And another reason why they do that is because they haven't did this true study in themselves. When you study yourself, man, when you do the studying, you're gonna see the truth in it. You're gonna be like, damn, all this time, it was in that book. It was already the faith of a mustard seed. That still falls until you actually still receive the laws of attraction. Because if you don't believe in the law, you won't attract it. It won't be attracted. You won't get it. The thing is just the words. The words make people feel like they're more wicked than what it really is, but it's all the same thing. Everyone has their own way of expressing, how they want to be able to serve, the world, or how they practice their way of being children of God, the Most High, the universe. But you know, you have to be mindful too that some people are just not woke. You know, you can't tell a pig this stuff. You know what I mean? You can't tell a you can't feed pearl to a swine because it won't respect it, won't understand it, doesn't know what it's for. Yeah, man. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, looking in any Bible or any. Yeah, man. We really are. Everything you do is a part of your spiritual cultivation. Everything you do is a part of your spiritual journey. Your grand experience. Everything is supposed to be able to assist you become more of a spiritual being. Being righteous, that's good for mankind, but the spirituality part, man, that's for the soul, that's for God, that's for that's what we're all connected to. So as an individual obsessed with success and separating himself from the crowd, on their very focused journey, is 20 actually too young to start dating? Society says no, but your experience. Man. This I don't want to say this. It's there's a certain age when it comes to dating. There's not a certain age that you're too young to date, but it's what you're aware of in the relationship. When you're in a relationship, what you're aware of, because if you've already been exposed to having sex, drugs, drinking with women, having orgies and being disrespectful, lying and cheating, and then you trying to get into a relationship, I feel like that is unhealthy, and you should stay away from that. Especially you don't got control over yourself, nor can you fight away temptation. Like when it's like that, no. And besides that, to be completely honest with you, from what I know now, from what I know right now, I wish I would have waited. I'm 30. I'm 30, man. I'm 30. I'm 30. I'm 37. I'm 30 years old, man. And it's I don't even feel like I'm 30. I just be like, I'm ageless. How can you expect to love someone if you don't love and have control over your own self? Well, that's the thing. They don't really teach us that. They don't teach you, they tell you to love yourself, but they don't get into detail on how you're supposed to love yourself. They don't get into detail about that. So since they don't get into detail about how you're supposed to love yourself, even if you gave someone everything that existed in you, you still wouldn't be happy because you don't know who you are. And I stay working out. I don't got no magnificent diet plan or nothing like that. I keep it moderate though. I don't do hella fast food. I don't do hella fruits and hella vegetables and hella shakes, but I do drink a lot of water. I do get my rest. I do meditate. I do take my vitamins. I do practice my semi-retention. I do, I do my studying. I stay in tune with my spiritual self. And another thing too is that I was reading some book, man. I still to this day can't remember what book it was, but it said that your cells are conscious of what you're thinking. Your whole body is conscious of what's happening right now. So when you tell yourself that you age when you're 40, your body responds to that and it starts to age with that belief. So when I read that book, I said, you know what? It might be Deepak Chopra. I forget how to pronounce his name. But it might have been a book called Power, Love, and Success or something like that. I'll let y'all know. But I honestly believe after I read that, I really told myself, man, we don't age. No matter how old we are, we don't age. You do guided meditation or just do it on your own? You want to break down what you mean by guided meditation? Like listen to like an audio book and it leads you along the way, following like a set meditation? Because if that's what you mean, then there was a time that I used to do that. I used to read books, listen to audios, and they will start, telling you how you should meditate. But as I got to know more of myself, I noticed that I have my own affirmations. Excuse me. That I have my own way of how I can immediately get to that state of peace. The thing is about in all the ancient textbooks that say know thyself. Know thyself. Ancient textbooks they say know thyself. And the more I got to know more about who I am, I noticed that, I don't have to meditate the way they did, 2,000 years ago or 5,000 or 10,000 years ago, back in the BC days and stuff like that. You learn how to free yourself without using all these other programs these people make. And yes, they do work, but they work best for themselves. And they just say, hey, this is a way you can meditate that works best for you. And that's only because people don't really want to try to learn how to meditate and find their own unique way to meditate. So I can just shut the lights off, still my mind, come with my own affirmations, and get to that place I need to be at. Now, here's the thing. If all you want to do is meditate, that's one thing. But if you're trying to take yourself to a whole nother level, yo, what's good, Nick? We're just getting into it, man. We're just getting into it, getting a little spiritual and whatnot. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you want to take yourself into what they call a trance. And I'm not talking about, all that extra out, with the clock swinging left and right, and you're stuck listening to this goofball, who's probably really intelligent. But, you meditate and you still your mind, and then you want to visualize this new guy you want to be, this better guy you want to be. You want to feel that energy while you're in that meditation, that phase of when you're meditating, when you're in that trance. You want to build oh yeah, I want to be like him. That's me right there. That confidence, the authority in the voice. Like you want to really lock that energy in, and you want to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Every time you meditate, you get to that point, visualize that way you want to be, and then when you come back down, because you're in your subconscious, the subconscious mind is at play right now, and that's finding all the ways that need to be found so you can master this new way of being. And then when you snap out, when you come back for that meditation, you say, okay, let me write down all the things I just experienced right now in this meditation. And then you practice that out every day, man. You level yourself up. What's going on? Let me see, man. What's the deal? Thanks so much for the responses, bro. Just looking for the like-minded people. And my God, I feel like if I really want to be different, I should wait to date. I see everyone at Boise State in relationships. I feel like that's potentially a sign I should stay away and forget what the masses do. I'm going to tell you right now, straight the fuck up, man. Leave them the fuck alone. You want my dead honest opinion? Leave them women alone. Have friends. Have friends. That's cool. You guys, you hang out, you study together, might watch movies together. But other than that, let that shit go. Yeah, it's like 2K. You stay in the gym. You stay in the gym. When you practice, there's no women in the gym. It's just you working on your craft, working on your shot, working on your defense, your steals, the layups. And I guarantee you, bro, if you can do this and only focus on you, by the time you're ready to get with whoever she may be, you're going to be so bossed up. It's not about even being bossed up. You're going to be at this level of magnificence to that any woman that comes into your presence is going to always be in awe. You're going to always be able to pick that right woman because you're so aware of the different types of women for all the intensifying studying you done put yourself through, the focus you done put yourself, that you learn how to get and lock in on. You know, I'm not around a woman a lot. I see women often, but I'm not around them a lot because I know the consequences. I know the consequences, and I understand men. Some men can't stay around women. Some women need to. Some guys need to be around them. You know, but and that's because they need to feel validated. Like, you know, they're making that play, they're making that move. Like, they're that guy, they're that dude. But that doesn't make you that dude, man. It's when you're able to be by yourself and stand through the test of times, to resist temptation, to only do what you need to do to get to where you're trying to go. If you can do this, you do this, you're gonna get that one. You're gonna get that woman that's equivalent to all the women that's around you. You see your friends in relationships, ups and downs, people getting cheated on, crying. You know, one boy's getting text by his other boy's girl. You know, like, that shit ain't cool, man. It's a waste of time and distraction. Not only that, think about all the relationships that you've been in. Think about all the relationships that you've been in. All failed. You're single right now. I'm single right now. You know what I mean? So it is time to get to know who you are. YMC, man, Young Man's Conversation. You need to get to know who you are. You need to. It's a must. Get through college. You know, get through college first. Get through high school. You know, get through where you need to get through. You know, think about, all the great warriors. You know, they got a movie called Odyssey. You know, this dude, Odysseus, went on this quest, left his wife behind. You know, he left his wife behind, man. You know, it was all men. There was no women, it was all men. You know, they were strong men. You know, on this quest to get to where they was trying to get to, from this spot to the next spot, till he landed on that one island, and all the Sirens, however you pronounce Iron Sirens, and there was Vanessa Williams there, and every day he was there was like, I don't know, like it was like every day, it was like every hour was like 4 hours or some crazy shit to where, he lost a lot of time. He lost a lot of time. He got weak because she kept having sex with them. All the women was having sex with all the men. The men was weak, delusional. They didn't trust themselves. They didn't trust what the leader was saying. They forgot about the purpose. They forgot about the journey. They forgot about the wife. They forgot about the kids, because they stopped practicing semen retention with, or no fap. Wherever one that they was practicing, they stopped doing it all together. Because they got caught up with the women. Odysseus told him, he said, don't look at them in the eyes. Don't look at them in the eyes, because if you look at them in the eyes, they're gonna trick you. They're gonna capture you. And it's not, we're not even speaking nothing negative about women. What it is that this is just the nature. We are aroused when we see beautiful women. We are like, ooh, I gotta get that. And you could be on the way to making $1 million movie. You might be like, ooh, I got this. Ooh, hold on. What street she on? Ooh, hold on. Let me just get the number real quick. Mark it. Crash. Facts, man. That eye, man. It's real. When they give you that eye and they start batting their eyes at you, they start swinging the little hips around, moving them fingers, twirling their fingers in their hair, making you feel like you the one. You in for one, man. For sure, you're in for one. It's tough, man. It's tough. Look straight. What's my boy's name? Yeah, Ryan, bro. Let them go. Don't worry about them. They're there. They will always be there. They will always be there, man. You already know, Nick. You already know, man. They're gonna be there. Don't get caught. See them, a human being. You see a nice human being. You see a nice woman. Oh, she looks great. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Don't get caught up in fantasizing about how she looks. How you what things you wanna do with her. That's perverted. That's being perverted. We don't want to be perverted. We all been in that phase, man. Every man, even woman, we all been there, man. Admire what you see, and then keep it pushing. I said, done. Be able to sacrifice at any time where you are for where you will become. Thanks so much, bro. Y'all have a great night. I got to study. Man, God bless you all. Stay on the retention. Hey, man, God bless you. You stay on your retention. You know, stay paying attention. You know, and put those women that be distracting you in detention. Keep them in detention until you're ready to engage with them. However many years or however long you want to, you keep them there. But you got to keep working on that too. Because saying it is one thing. You got to keep it in your mind on why you need to keep them away. You got to find what your evils are and what your heavens are. You know, you go what your goods are, man. You got to, man. Straight up. You know, we got about like 13 minutes left. I got to get ready to focus on this tour and all this other stuff. Man, definitely had a good time with you guys. Definitely had a good time. You know, big ups to all everybody who got into the group chat. And do you count your days on semen retention? I don't know more. When I started off, I did. And every time I was doing it, I relapsed. You know, I relapse. Only because it was like a competition. You know, it was like a competition to me. And then I watched so much stuff, read so much, man. But the guy said when you're always worried about the day, like that's all on your mind. Like, oh, okay, I can't mess up this day. I can't mess up this day. You know what he told me. What I got was that, yeah, I have a habit. I had a habit of counting too. But the other times I said, you know what? Let me focus on things to accomplish, so I can get to tomorrow. So I didn't even say, you know, I was practicing semen retention to myself anymore. I just kept doing things that would not allow me to have to bust a nut. Release. You know, my power that God blessed me with, the universe put into me. I kept doing things that made me, you know, not have to worry about that. And then two, I started learning about what it was that was happening when I lost it. I started catching on the feelings that I was getting in the day. Like, dang, man, like, I'm tired. How come my muscles ain't bulging out? How come I'm tired on the court? I've been practicing all week. So you got to find those things those evils that, you know, make you feel weak. So that when you're practicing semen retention, you know, you keep going. You know, you don't want to keep saying it every day. Like, oh, semen retention. But checking your thought is a skill. Yeah, it is a skill. You know, everything is damn near a skill, but tracking your thoughts is one thing. Because if you can track the wrong thought, you can remove that thought and replace it with a better thought. Because if you keep your mind on that thought, all it does is just triggers other thoughts that connect to that. And then you start triggering ways to be able to manifest this thing you was thinking about. And then there's the equivalent experience that's already out there for you to experience. And then boom, it happens. And that falls back to the law of attraction, man. You thinking about having sex with a woman, it's gonna happen. You keep thinking about not busting a nut. Your mind is no difference between right and wrong. Yes and no. It just knows how to do it. So you don't allow yourself to even think about releasing. Because your subconscious mind, all it does is just figures out ways to be able to make that manifest, to make that occur. You know? So I don't use words like I can't do it. Or it's too hard to do. You know, or I'm not about to bust a big nut. I say these words because so we know what we're talking about within, you know, our young man's community. But on my day by day, I don't think about that. I don't keep that in my mind, man. When I'm with a woman, man, you know, it's a complex thing, man, but we make it complex. You know, the way it works is complex. But if you just keep a few things on your mind, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You know, don't worry about what you see around you. Worry about what you see in front of you. You know, worry about what you need to do. Don't worry about what they need to do. Don't worry about what she's saying. Don't worry about what he's saying. Don't worry about what society's telling you. It's all about what you're telling yourself that you need to do. and what you're tired of doing and experiencing. You got to. You got to, man. You have to start catching your thoughts. That's what meditating is good for, though. That you can still your mind and like boom, ooh. Even when you can, it's walking meditation. You know, you can catch that. Like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. And then you ask yourself, why is it not a good idea though? So, oh, because I'm gonna be late to work. I might hurt this person's feelings. Um, I might lose energy. You know, I might miss opportunity. You know, it could be a multitude of things. And if that thought doesn't do you any good, be rid of it. Be rid of it. It's just like when you play a song, listen to the song, you know, this song is trash. And you hit that play the next song, same thing with your thoughts. Oh man, I don't like that idea. Nah, how about this? And you don't linger around. Let the thoughts linger around. Don't let them linger around because this universe is real, man. It's real. It's real deal. I done seen guys get caught up with their thoughts. It's because everything happens in here before it happens out here. It's always like that. It's always been like that. The hat didn't come first. The thought to create a hat came, then the hat came. So if you can't catch that thought, it's gonna come. By the time if you can't catch that thought, it's already working. By the time it comes, you're like, damn, what a coincidence. I just thought about this. And it's like, no, you manifested it. You made that situation happen. It's just big, man. It's bigger than what they make it. You know, because if everybody knew the consequences of not practicing semen retention, and semen retention, these two words, you know, they're new to us. They're new to us, but this practice been going on since the ancients. They've been practicing being abstinence, standing for fortification. You know, the initiacy, there was no sex, nothing. You kept that power inside of you. And when you see that man walk up to you and he give you that grown-ass man look, I'm not playing with you, because that man knows the truth. And he has that power. You can feel that power when he walks into the room. That's that power we want to keep having or get. Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. But, you know, I mean, imagine if we were taught this in school. The world wouldn't be what it is today, man. We wouldn't be running in circles. You know, they would have no way of being able to control the masses because the masses control themselves. You know, you could think about it, man. You got people taking all these meds and stuff like that, and I have nothing against, because there's certain situations you need to take some meds. Some people are chemically imbalanced. Some guys been through some stuff to where they need that, and I respect that. I have nothing against that. But for the ones who don't, they just be trying to tell us that we got something wrong with us, take these meds, you know, to slow your thoughts down. And it's like, no, you need to just relax, breathe, you know, relax, breathe, chill out, you know, stop worrying about all the other stuff that doesn't mean nothing, you know. Just focus on what means something to you. You're gonna be, within time, you start learning ways to develop, become a better you. I mean, you know, and that's what that is, man. You gotta work on yourself. Gotta work on yourself. You know, YMC, Young Man's Conversation. You know, it doesn't matter what age you are, man. What matters is that you come to terms with yourself at the age, and you say, hey, it's time. It's time for me to become who I need to become, who I'm destined to become, who I desire to become. You know what I mean? YMC, man, Young Man's Conversation. I definitely had a good time tonight. You know, like I said, I'm night's not even over yet. You know, you got to keep going though. You can't just slack off. You can't just stop going. You know, and if you slip, you fall, you pick yourself back up. You fall down 10 times, stand up 11. Straight up. Straight up. You know, and shout out to everybody out there who's in the struggle. Shout out to every guy out there, man, who's just been miseducated. You know, if you guys got friends out there, man, talk to your boys. Don't let them just be going in circles. Don't let them just keep doing that, man. It's fucked up that we know better and we ain't doing better. We gotta level up. Not even as a man, just as a human being. You know? It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Anybody else got any questions or anything like that? Hit me up. You know. Shout outs to you, bro. Keep the knowledge. Mando. Hey, man. Hey. Appreciate you, Nick. You've been around, man. You've been around. You done seen the growth. You know, and it's gonna always pick back up. You know, you got other things in life that you have to deal with, you have to attend to, you know, and then you come back to, you know, whatever you have going on, you know, and it always pans out. But you got to stay on that narrow path. You can't just be over here fucking off, you know, with everything you got, man. You know, you got a woman, man. Respect the woman, man. Treat your woman right. You know, I'm not over here gonna be advertising, you know, disrespect your woman. Like, you got a woman, that's your girl, then respect her, man. But you gotta know how to respect yourself. Then you gotta know yourself. Because once you know who you are, you can be like, damn, that's not even the girl I wanted to be with in the first place. Or you can be like, damn, she got everything. I didn't even see it at first. So that's why it's important to know who you are. You know, to engage in these type of conversations, man, with young men. You know, this is because our fathers didn't get into detail with us. And our fathers' didn't get into detail with them, and so on and so forth. So we're all missing links. And it's time to put the links together. It's time to find the links, put the links together. You know, it's time for us to get on our feet. You know, it's time for us to get back and be reminded that we are the rewards. We're the trophies, man. You know, we're the sons. You know, everything that's here right now is because of us. Like, it's because of us. You know. And women definitely made a big contribution to what things are in the world. But I'm talking about ultimately, though. Ultimately, you know, man has paved the way. Through thick and thin, I paved the way. We was the one hunting. We was getting the food. We was hammering these stones. We was carving the trees. We was getting the wood. Some women did too, don't get me wrong, but we're talking about majority. The architecture. You know, that was us. We was on them ships. We was going to war. We was dying, getting killed, getting locked up. Starving, hungry. That was us, man. That's why this is so big. It's big, man. It's big. Man paved the way so man today can be able to live like a man is supposed to. YMC, man. Young Man's Conversation. Y'all gotta get to it. Apologize for slacking. I feel like I've been slacking on videos. A lot of opportunities be coming my way, and I've been having to put, you know, a lot of my other energy into that. But we're gonna stay on top of our game. We're gonna stay sharp, stay focused, you know, and most importantly, trust yourself. I'm out, man.